Alright guys, so I just wanted to make a quick boss guide for Malenia because I just spent a while soloing her and I wanted to teach you guys how to fight her from the tips I picked up. I want to apologize for the audio quality. I know it's bad. I'm getting a new mic. The video quality is also pretty bad. It's because this is my own YouTube video imported onto my computer, so uh, just try to ignore it. The tips still work, don't worry. Um, the first thing that I need to tell you guys about this fight is that her entire design is anti-summon. So every time she hits you or your summon, she's absorbing 400 points of health. At least on New Game. I don't know if it's different in New Game Plus. I'm in New Game Plus. It probably is. So in New Game, she's absorbing 400 points of health from you and your summon. So if you got a tanky summon, it's going to be taking a lot of damage. And the damage that it's doing to Malenia is being offset by her heal that she's getting when she's hitting your summon. So if you need to use a summon for this fight, summon your guy when she has half health in her first phase, or when she is starting her second phase because you got a little bit of time. If you need to use a summon, I'd recommend using your Mimic at half health or when the second phase starts, or immediately summoning Black Knife Tiche if you have him. You can just look up a guide on how to get him. He's really fast, he does good bleed, he can attract her attention, he doesn't get hit very often. I tested on my other character, it works pretty well. So you can do that. This is more for doing it solo or just avoiding her attacks, but it's useful if you're doing both. If you're doing summons or if you're doing it solo. I'm just going to teach you how to dodge her attacks. This is also one of the hardest fights in the entire series. It's the hardest fight in the game. So don't be afraid to just die a lot to this. It's probably going to happen a lot. You just need to learn how to do it. So immediately you'll notice, if you've tried this a lot, that she idles, like she's just standing there walking. The way that I deal with it right here is that I just hit her because I know I can and I can get away with it. You're probably not going to ever want to do that. I got lucky there. Usually what you want to do is just use a throwing knife. Even if you don't hit her, she'll start doing something after you throw it. So do that. She's about to do an attack right here that is, I need to teach you guys how to dodge. The telegraph is that she does this spark from her prosthetic arm. She'll do 3 little slashes here. You need to dodge that one. Then she'll combo it into that big downward slam you can punish like I do here. You never want to dodge back from this. You never want to dodge back from this 3 combo attack, and I'll show you why. It's because if you dodge back from this attack right here, you'll get hit 100% of the time. I've tested it and you always get hit. Don't dodge back, always dodge left or right. But yeah. Okay, there's another attack that you can punish, and right here I want to just iterate that the way that you essentially want to be fighting her is that you want to just be looking for attacks that have a very long window of where you can hit her. You need to stop looking at the grab attack like this. You need to stop looking at attacks like these as attacks. You need to look at them as opportunities to do damage. It's very easy to dodge the grab and the thrust by dodging back. If you dodge back, you'll get up where she lands, and you can hit her. It's very easy to do. The kick, you can walk backwards and you won't get hit. I don't do it. It's very hard to get down. Here's another one. It's another one to punish is this attack right here. She does that big. She'll hold her sword to her back, and the prosthetic will spark. You'll hear a noise. What you want to do whenever you see this, stand perfectly still like I'm doing right here. Dodge again, then you can hit her a few times. Then these little slashes like these, you just want to dodge them. Don't ever try to hit her with those. You'll just get hit. It's not worth it. Here's another one. She holds it up like that. 2 slashes, and you can punish that one. Very easy. Very easily telegraphed. No problems there. Alright. Here is the biggest issue with this fight that everybody has. This attack is called Waterfowl Dance, and The reason it's very, very bad is because if you're right next to her when this attack starts, there's like a 90% chance that you're gonna die if you don't know how to dodge it. If you start panic rolling, you're dead. If you start walking, you're dead. You need to sprint and then dodge. You need to put as much distance between her as possible if you're right next to her. But usually if you're right next to her when that happens, you're going to die. So play this fight very cautiously once you get down to where my mouse cursor is on her health bar. Because when she's below this point in her health, she'll start doing this attack sometimes. So you'll see when I'm fighting her, I'm just doing a little bit of damage, then I'm backing off and waiting for her to do something. I'm baiting her into her next attack, because every time I hit her, I'm thinking that the next attack could be the waterfowl dance, and it could kill me instantly. So you have to have that in the back of your mind this entire fight, that you can instantly die at any time, and you need to be very cautious of that. So I'm going to let this play to where this attack happens. Sorry about that. Again, just dodge those little slashes. So here's the waterfowl dance. I'll show you what it is. It's 3 large flurries. And you'll see that's a perfect dodge. That's very hard to do. You need to practice that. And the way you do it is when you see her doing this slash, or this first telegraph where she jumps up in the air, immediately you need to start running back and put as much distance between you and her as possible. If you're not really good at dodging, or if you just need some help, if you don't have Bloodhound Step on your weapon, have another weapon you can switch to in your right hand or your left hand, whatever. Usually in your right hand, because right hand has the skill. Put Bloodhound Step on something that you can switch to, and Bloodhound Step away, you have more invincibility frames and it's longer. I'm using 2 curved swords, and I switched to the one in my left hand that has Bloodhound Step, and I'm dodging this. So the way you dodge this attack is the first one, you put distance between the first one, you won't get hit, dodge into the second one, and then redirect the third one. I'll show you that again. So you run from the first one, dodge in towards her. You want to be like almost on top of her and slightly to the left or right of her for this second flurry. You won't get hit by it if you do it right. Sometimes you'll get hit, but usually you won't die. It's not a big deal if you do get hit. The main thing for this is that you just don't want to die. Getting hit by this is okay. You just want to survive. And then for the third one, you need to redirect it. It's very, very, very hard to do. That's the hardest part of dodging this, is redirecting this. So, distance, dodge in, then you dodge back twice and redirect. And that's how it's done. That's another attack you can punish, big slam. Thrust, you need to dodge back, then you can punish it because you'll land exactly where she's done thrusting. So at this stage of her health, she can do the waterfowl dance whenever, so I'm playing extremely cautiously. Again, she's idling, so I'm throwing something at her, and then it's the waterfowl dance. I put distance, I get in, and then I redirect. Thrust, you dodge back every time, even if you know you're not going to be able to punish her, just dodge back. It's good to get in the habit of doing that. You can hit her on the windup for that, like up to 3 or 4 times, depending on your timing. So you can punish the windup and the end of that attack. If you're using Rune Arcs, I'd recommend Radahn's Great Rune. It gives you FP, health, and stamina. See what I did? I punished the windup for that, which is something you really need to do. Alright, so the second phase. During this cutscene, I'm just going to tell you like the 101 of the second phase. So during the second phase, she changes form. She becomes a goddess of rot. Whatever. The biggest thing you need to know about the second phase is that most of the attacks, I'd say 70% of her moveset, is exactly the same. And I don't see anyone else saying this, but that's really, really important to realize that most of her attacks are exactly the same. So you can apply the same stuff that you were doing during phase 1 to phase 2. There's another thing you need to know is that some of her attacks gain an explosion effect. Most of the big slams with her sword to the ground that you can punish now do a big explosion. So by her sword they do an explosion, like where it lands. So you need to be behind her. You can no longer punish those from the front. Her attacks will also do Scarlet Rot buildup, but that's really easy to avoid. I very rarely actually got Scarlet Rot during this fight. If you do, just craft the boluses to get rid of them. By the time you're at this fight, you should be able to craft a ton of them, so don't worry about that. So the first attack that she does in this second phase is that this giant slam on the ground. It's actually incredibly easy to dodge. I'll show you. Basically all you want to do is dodge in any direction. You'll usually avoid it. You can stand perfectly still and just dodge at the last second and you'll make it. You just want to put distance between you and her when that explosion happens. Now right here she's not doing anything, so you can throw stuff at her during this. I don't, because I didn't have any urns, but if you do, you can use it. There's the explosion I was talking about. Every slam has one of those. Another attack, see, it's the same moveset, you can still punish it. Some of these moves have follow-ups that are very dangerous. Here is, this is another attack that I need to show you how to dodge. It's like Waterfowl Dance, it can instantly kill you as well, but it's way easier to dodge than Waterfowl Dance. So the telegraph is that she jumps up with a bunch of Scarlet Rot and butterflies around her. The easiest way to dodge this is honestly just spam Bloodhound Step or rolling if you don't have Bloodhound Step. It's really easy, just spam it. There's going to be a thrust, then another thrust, then a third thrust from her. You can punish it if you're quick enough. I didn't. This attack's really easy to punish. It's a slash, a thrust, then a slam. I'll show you it again. It's a slash, thrust, then slam. And you can go in and punish that really easy. It's another one you need to learn. The same attack again, the 3 slashes, dodge right, and then punish the slam. The kick, you can walk backwards. I just never got in the habit of doing that. It's negligible if you do it or not, it doesn't really matter. She'll do that big slam that she does at the beginning. She can do that whenever she wants. The telegraph is the jump up in the air, and then the sword is directed towards you. Obviously, if you don't know that what's going to happen when she does that, I mean, come on, it's pretty easy. You don't want to walk in there, you'll get Scarlet Rotted, and it also does chunks of your health, so it's really bad to go in there during the time those flowers come out. During the second phase, I honestly think it's better to be way more aggressive during her second phase. Because she now has 2 attacks that can insta-kill you, so just be aggressive, try to finish the fight as quick as possible, but don't get greedy. It's sort of hard to keep that equilibrium, but if that makes sense, just be aggressive. I also forgot to mention, she can also do Waterfowl Dance whenever she wants in the second phase, so you need to be careful of that. You want her to do this attack other than Waterfowl Dance, honestly, it's way easier to dodge. That's a really easy attack to punish. Even though I got hit by it there, but it is easy. There's another slam. You see it builds up Scarlet Rot if you're too close. You don't really need to worry about it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can punish that attack really easily. You just run in when it dissipates, and that's how you do it. Just follow these tips. If it worked for you, great. If it doesn't, just keep trying it your way. This is how I did it for dual curve swords. It might not work for you. If it does, great. But if it doesn't, um, maybe it's because you're using a different weapon or your playstyle is different. I think slow weapons for this fight are unfortunately just not easy. You might want to use a summon if you're using a big weapon. But yeah, those are my tips. Thanks for watching, guys.